This is horrible. I knew that players from our Westchester team were going to be targeted, but I had no idea a signing was going to happen right after the trade deadline. Unfortunately for the Knicks, we lost a rising star out of our G League, the perfect fit for this roster, Chuma Okeke. And if that's not bad enough, the team that signed him, our rival, the Philadelphia 76ers. We're going to break down all of these latest reports today. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure you have notifications turned on. So that way, anytime we drop new content, you get notified. And now, let's get started. The 76ers steal Knicks wing, Chuma Okeke. It finally happened, and I knew this was going to be the case. If you watch Chuma in the G League, then you know what I know. On any given night, he is capable of giving you a triple-double. He can do a little bit of everything. One of the best pieces that the Knicks could have added to this team was just stolen. Yes, that's right, stolen by a rival team, the Philadelphia 76ers. I have been saying for weeks now the type of player Okeke is. He is basically Josh Hart 2.0 because he can do everything that Hart can do when he's out there on the floor. You need a rebound, he can get you that. He can score. He can pass the ball. Great defense. Great 3-and-D. He can even get you steals. Again, he does a little bit of everything when he's out there. If he was added to this team, Tom Thibodeau would love him because he is the classic 3-and-D Tom Thibodeau guy. But now, since he was just stolen by the 76ers, we'll never know how he looks like with this main team. Shout out to Shams with ESPN for giving us the following information. According to him, the Philadelphia 76ers are signing Chuma Okeke to a 10-day contract out of the NBA G League's Westchester Knicks. Anyone but Philly. I would take just about any other team but the Philadelphia 76ers, our rivals. One of the main reasons Mitchell Robinson is out right now, and also one of the main reasons why Joel Embiid has had such a bad season, because of karma, it always comes back around. When you hurt and injure somebody else, your team will suffer for it. And the Philadelphia 76ers are a shining example of that. Why did they sign Chuma? You don't need Chuma. You are barely a play-in team right now. Why would you take him? You don't need any more wings. You don't need any more size. You definitely did not need to make this move. In my opinion, the main reason they made this move is so other teams couldn't make this move. One of those teams being the New York Knicks. You want to know how I know that? Because a report came out recently indicating that the Knicks, if it was not due to this, were likely going to sign either Chuma or another player from Westchester, but they were waiting. They were waiting until March 1st until they could sign that player. Shout out to Ian Bagley for giving us the following information. According to him, if the Knicks team salary remains the same after the deadline, they can sign a veteran like TJ Warren or Chuma Okeke. Not anymore, though, because obviously Okeke was just signed by the Philadelphia 76ers. They could also look at free agents like Chris Duarte as early as March 1st, according to Yazi Goslin. According to Goslin, he states that the Knicks do have an open roster spot at this point, and they can add another player. However, they have to wait until March 1st because that's when the prorated veteran salaries kick in, and at that point, the Knicks might be able to afford one of these veterans under the second apron and add that 15th and final player to the roster. But one thing remains extremely clear here. The Knicks are definitely going to make another move. That move is likely either going to Westchester or the buyout market, but they are going to add another player to this team. They have that open roster spot for a reason. They will definitely utilize it. It's absolutely frustrating to know that if the 76ers didn't involve themselves here, didn't sign Chuma, that potentially come March 1st, he could have been on the main team for the Knicks and been the perfect piece off the bench for New York. Josh Hart 2.0 would have arrived if we were able to sign Chuma. And clearly, the Knicks had plans to do it. Because if you're talking about low-cost options to add to this team, players that you need that can actually help you now in the postseason, and if you actually utilize these players and play them together and use them as part of the second unit consistently, you can build out a very good second unit that might be able to challenge starting units in the league. That's how good Chuma could be if utilized and developed right. We saw it in the G League. He can do a little bit of everything. He's young. He's athletic. All he needed was a little bit of direction. And I thought the Westchester Knicks gave him that. And right now, I'm looking at the Westchester Knicks, and I'm a little bit fearful. If Chuma was just signed, who else is about to get signed? Is TJ about to get signed? Is Moses Brown about to be signed yet again? I'm not sure, but one thing I know for certain, if the Knicks wait and they continue to wait till March 1st, come March 1st, they may not have any of these players remaining anymore. Just like what happened to Okeke, it's going to happen to Warren. It's going to happen to Brown. It's going to happen to each and every single prospect that we like down there at Westchester. Okeke was stolen by the Philadelphia 76ers. The play-in Philadelphia 76ers. They have no business adding Okeke. No business utilizing his skill set. You know who could have used it? You know who could have utilized that skill set very well? A contending team. The New York Knicks. The team he was playing for the G League affiliate club for. That team. We had access to him, rights to him, and it's all gone. And now the 76ers have access to him. And all we can do is hope and pray that they don't see his talent, and after 10 days, he's waived, and then the Knicks bounce and get him back on the Westchester team. That's my hope at this point. But honestly, on day one, when he showcases his skill set, he's never, ever going to be let go again. He's going to be kept on that team, have an impact for that team. And every time we see Philly, I'm going to have a knot in my stomach because I'm going to think about what could have been if he was on our team, but now he's on the rival team. I just cannot believe it. I knew the Knicks were not going to do anything. The trade deadline stuff, it actually didn't really bother me that much. But Chuma Okeke being signed by the 76ers, I could not handle that. I didn't want to handle that. I didn't know why I even had to create a video on this right now, but then I realized why. Because they stole the player that was supposed to be part of our team, our roster, March 1st. We just had to get to March 1st, but we can't do it anymore. Now, March 1st represents something completely different and a completely new player. Who that player is, I'm not sure, because I'm not sure who's going to be available once March 1st comes. But at this point, I'm devastated because we lost a legit Tom Thibodeau guy, a perfect piece on this team in Chuma Okeke. But what about you guys? What do you think about this loss from our Westchester Knicks team? And do you feel like I do? Do you think it was just as big of a loss as I'm making it out to be? Or do you not agree with me? Do you think this is just another G League player? It doesn't matter. Let me know in the comment section below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below, and of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.